What's up, guys? Matt with Bam Ranch. Thanks for watching. So let's talk about sharpening knives, and let's put that process on easy mode. So it doesn't matter if it's kitchen knives, your bushcraft survival knives, your EDC knife, scissors, it doesn't matter. A lot of people struggle with sharpening knives. So let's demystify this a little bit. And hey, by the end of this, you got it, bro. You ought to be able to do it. So I'm going to do this in real time. So if you don't want to watch this, long drawn out thing, I'll put some timestamps in the description, as well as some Amazon links to some of this stuff we're going to talk about, because capitalism, bro. So anyway, let's talk about what you need. What you absolutely need is very minimum. You can get by with just your simple two-sided oil stone. They work fine. I'm not going to use one because I don't want to have to oil it on camera. My next favorite item is probably one of these. These are like the, for chefs and stuff, except this is a diamond one. I also have one that is ceramic, and then just regular hone steel. And these are great for, just keeping maintained, right? This is from the Spyderco Sharpmaker. They come in these little tubes, how they ship. I use these quite a bit. Power tip, go down and get you a piece of like 3/4 inch PVC. Embed this that deep into the PVC. So you got a handle back there, put it in epoxy. You got an awesome little sharpener. What I'm going to use today is this. I'm going to use this and this. The roughest stone sharpener, whatever you can find, followed up by a really fine one. In addition to that, this is a strop block made by knivesplus.com. A guy named Tronny Toller makes these. I actually know him in real life and consider him a friend. He's a guy with a small business actually putting food in his family's mouth. The best sharpening system I have ever used, and almost what I use exclusively, is the Spyderco Sharpmaker system. We'll address this at the end of the video, but I love this thing, and this is pretty much all I ever use anymore. I'm not going to use it until the end of the video because I want to show you how to do it with basic stuff. So let's get started. All right, so just regular basic, old hickory knife. I mean, that's dull. That's really dull. So what we need to start out with is we need to get the roughest stone or rod or whatever. By the way, if you have one of these things, I just have this for demonstration. If you own one of these, make a video of yourself destroying it. Upload it to your YouTube account and tag me in it. I want to see as many of these things die as I can. But anyway, roughest diamond lap or, oil stone or whatever that you can possibly find. And we're just gonna grind that thing out, man. You don't have to go, you don't have to change sides every time you do it. You could do several over here on one side. Use the handheld one if you'd rather. Regular flat one if you prefer. This is easier to show on camera. Go 10 times, then flip it over. Go about 10 times. And use a moderate amount of pressure while you're doing this, because we need to regrind that edge. How do you know when you're done? Now, I'm taking my fingernail. There's the edge of the blade. I'm taking my fingernail and I'm running it on this side, and it feels nice and smooth. I flip it to the other side and run my fingernail across that, and I can feel it catch. What that means is I have turned over a burr, and that means I've taken the edge and I've brought it to an apex. It can't go anymore. So what I'm going to try to do now is flip that burr to the other side. There we go. I got it all on this side. Now let's turn the knife over and flip the burr back the other way. Can we do that? And yeah, we got it flipped over, and I confirm by feeling the original side, perfectly smooth on this side, nice. Let's see if you can hear that. Y'all hear that grabbing my fingernail? Let's try that again, just to make sure. All right, smooth. I got it flipped. That burr is flipped over. If you want to, you can go back over with a few light strokes, although it's not necessary. Not necessary. You've reached the apex, now you can move to something finer. You don't actually have to move to something finer. You can take this and strop it on a piece of leather or something like that. It's gonna work just fine. This just helps it out a little bit more. Now, if you want, this is getting a usable edge that will shave a few hairs. And if you want a video that explains, like, you need to be careful how fast you open that knife because the edge is so fine, it may split atoms and blow up your house due to a nuclear explosion, holler at me. Let me know in the comments and we can do that video. But this is putting it'll shave sharp edge on a knife, but not going crazy. All right, so now we do the same thing. And I'm just gonna use this little Sharpmaker stone. Any ceramic stone or a finer stone would work. It doesn't have to be, made by Spyderco. And we're just gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna do this probably 10 times. And I just felt the difference. I could feel the drag is a little less. How I've removed that burr. And I don't know if it comes across on camera, but you can also hear it. All right. And I can hear the difference right here. I don't know if you can, but I can feel that super, super rough burr. All right, now that I've started to refine that burr, let's turn it over. And this refines that burr, what it basically looks like is, this is the apex of your knife. It goes this way. It just pushes that steel over that way. It's a little wire edge that hangs off the end. And these finer stones just refine that and make it smaller and smaller and smaller. And right now I'm using less pressure than the weight of the knife. The big secret to this is nothing other than using the absolute roughest thing you can possibly get your hands on until it's no longer needed. You can use sandpaper. It works just fine. All right, so I haven't tested this edge yet, but I can tell by the sound. I can tell by the feel. I can tell by the drag that I've started to polish that burr away. If I wanted to go absolutely super sharp, I could get out my strop block. But we're not gonna do that for this video because we just want a usable edge. Let's get our piece of paper out and let's see. Look at that. Will it shave? Y'all wanna, yeah, that's nothing more entertaining than watching a grown man, shave the hair on his arms. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, that is shaving sharp. And that's a usable edge. We can get finer, we can go better, but there's no need to. Now let's talk about the Sharpmaker. I'm gonna angle this camera down slightly. So here it is. And what the Sharpmaker is a set of stones that set your angle up for you. And it's a wider angle and a steeper angle. This right here is a shallower angle. And what it's set up for is to use this as a back bevel. You do that, you get 20 strokes on each side. Then you change out to your two finer rods and get 20 strokes. All right, so that's, you go 40 times with this, and then 40, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 40. Flip this over, and this gives your apex edge. Puts a little micro bevel on there. All right, and then change that out. That knife is already, mostly sharp, so I'm not gonna demonstrate that whole thing, but you'll understand the point. And then I normally go 20 of them real quick and fast once I get to this fine stone on the last set. And then I start slowing it down with very, very, very light pressure. But anyway, y'all understand the point. And that right there is a stupidly sharp knife. So anyway, like I said, this Spyderco Sharpmaker, as far as I'm concerned, it is the best manual sharpening system on the market. It's really all I use anymore, unless I dull something extremely bad, which I don't do because I don't like sharpening knives. I don't enjoy it. I used to, but I think it's a waste of time now. In which case I get the diamond hone and really get aggressive and knock that dull edge off there, back to, flipping that burr over. That's the only time I ever use something. But yeah, the Spyderco Sharpmaker system, the best sharpening system currently anyway, that money can buy. You can use the apex and the wicked edge and all that. I like this better. I've tried all that stuff. I like this better. Unless you're going to a buffer system and a belt grinder, this is where it's at. All right, guys. Well, you had better leave me a like and a comment if you watched this long. And until next time, hey, you guys be safe.